All right, we're going to run you through the value that you're going to receive here day one with High Level Guru and what this is going to do to help you make more money. Step one, we're going to try to transform your website. So you'll notice here we've got multiple different ways to contact this business. We've got a phone number up here. We have a survey over here. We've got call now and text now options. And we even have a web chat option down here in the bottom right. So we've got multiple ways for a customer to reach out to us. That's exactly what we want to do, is make it easy for somebody to contact us. Step two, we want to make it easy for them to also schedule a job and to let us know more about that job. So nobody wants to show up to the job to find out it's on the third floor, or that you're getting into a crawl space, or something funky is going on. So the whole idea here is we're going to ask qualifying questions. We're going to find out what's going on. Is it residential? Is it commercial? Any pertinent detail that you might have to a job, we're going to try to address that on the front end and capture that. And we're going to try to do that without you answering the phone. Another huge thing that we're going to do for your business right away is we're going to set you up with a CRM system. The CRM system is going to be used to store all of your leads for the lifetime of your business. So any customer you come in contact with ever is going to go into the system, and that's going to allow us to ask them to review the business on Google. It's going to allow us to follow up with them. I'm sure you've heard words like short-term nurture, long-term customer nurture. This is where all of that starts. You've got to have a CRM to have any process like that in the first place. Another massive thing we're going to do to completely change everything, I think, for your business here is we're going to automate a text message back to all incoming calls. This is just an amazing win, especially if you're an owner-operator. You're getting a ton of calls. You just can't answer all of the calls. There's a tremendous amount of guilt associated with not answering the phone. So notice here, as soon as somebody calls the business, we're going to hit them with a thank you message, and then we're going to give you a full menu of services. So the idea is we're trying to meet the customer right there, and we're trying to find out, what are they looking to do? Do they want to check out the website? Do they want to book a job? Do they have an emergency issue maybe? Big takeaway here is about 85% of the people who call you and you miss that call, they're never calling back. So we've lost that business forever. And we've reached this era where the vast majority of the people want to integrate and they want to interface with your business via text message. So they're okay with the text. So let's send them the text. Check this out. What we're also going to try to do is we're also going to try to help you identify emergency calls without ever picking up the phone. How big of a win is that? So you can see here they've got the menu of services. They indicated it was an emergency job. You can see here the AI and the text messaging is going to confirm with them. So we're going to say, okay, it looks like you're having an emergency. Is that really the case? You can see they said yes. They entered back, we're having an emergency. So what the system is going to do is it's going to shoot you an emergency text message. It's going to send you their phone number. It's going to prompt you to call them. And then it's also going to push the customer over to another survey form where we're going to try to get photos of that job, believe it or not. So we're going to try to get more information from the customer while you're in progress of calling them back. Typically, I think it goes without saying that the emergency calls can pay a boatload, especially if it turns out to be an insurance claim. So I think these are definitely calls that we need to be on the prowl for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're certainly not answering your phone at 3 and 4 in the morning for the most part, so this would be a tremendous way to capture any call that might come in after hours. And we can create an action campaign or something like that that's set up to wake you up or to alert key members of your staff that we have an emergency call. Another massive win that we're going to throw your way is we're going to set you up here on Google. So this is an established Google listing for our business, you can see. If your business isn't listed on Google, then we're just not competing at this point. Google pretty much has won the game here when it comes to search engine stuff and just getting in front of people. I mean, they're getting 5.4 billion searches a day. I'm sure that number's even bigger than that. It's just all there is. You know, there's Google and there's everybody else. So let's make sure, something we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you're listed on Google, and we're going to build out your listing to list all of the different stuff that you do on here. Another massive win is this is the mobile view for our business High Level Guru. So you'll notice that there's a chat button showing up on here. That chat button does not show up on most businesses unless you've activated this feature. So if you want to check out, does your business have this chat button on it right now, just pull out your cell phone and Google your business and see if you see a chat button on here. You'll notice that you see the normal call, directions, and website buttons. Those all work. But the chat button is going to allow people to message us directly And then the other great thing about that is, you guessed it, we're going to automate a response to those chat requests. So people that are chatting with us, we're instantly going to hit them with the menu of services too. So again, we're not trying to get you more text messages showing up at odd hours of the day. We're trying to receive customer communication and then reroute that communication into a scheduled job or an emergency call. Facebook. If you don't already have a Facebook page, we'll help you set up a Facebook page. Facebook is basically winning with our home services demographic. So people in that 35 to 44 range, vast majority of them on Facebook. These are typically your homeowners, people that maybe just bought a home, people that have owned a couple homes, people that are spending money traditionally. So Facebook is a great avenue to find these folks. If we don't have a Facebook page set up for your business, then we're missing out. Another big thing is, how do we automate the messages on Facebook? So you can see here on the top left, I've responded to the Facebook page, hello. The message that was automated back was, hello, this is High Level Guru. Do you want to book an appointment to speak about your small business? This is just a quick example of me automating a message back to an inbound Facebook message. So again, not trying to get a bunch of random messages, and I'm not trying to leave customers hanging. So I want to respond to a customer as soon as they reach out to me, and that's what this is letting me do. The Google Review Management System is also included in this. So this is built in. It's going to show you how many reviews you have coming in. It's going to allow you to also respond to positive and negative reviews. And really, when it comes down to it, the quality and the quantity of the reviews that you have on Google is one of the most important ranking factors when it comes down to search engine optimization, or SEO. I'm sure you've had somebody call you and try to sell you SEO. Well, we don't need to pay for SEO if we just figure out a way to get the customers that you're already selling stuff to, that are already having great experiences, to review you on Google. So a little bit harder than it sounds, unfortunately, but we'll help you set up a process to reach out to those people, and we'll just make that a system and a process in your business that you don't have to worry about anymore. And last but not least, upgrading to digital contracts. This is an amazing win if you're on paper contracts, or maybe you're on no contracts. Upgrading to the digital contracts is where it's at. We can shoot this over to somebody and they can review it on their cell phone. They can sign it on their cell phone. There's IP address verification and all sorts of security built into this, so nobody's just going to be able to sign something from a digital standpoint and say they didn't sign it. Also, long-term data storage here if you ever need these contracts for litigation, or if you're having an issue with the customer. The fact that they're digital means that we're going to be able to save these contracts to the cloud forever. That's what you're looking for. Paper contracts have a way of getting lost. Stuff happens, files get lost, people quit your company. Paper contracts just have a tendency of going by the wayside. So the digital contract is obviously increased speed and security, reduced cost, and just way more professional. The digital contract can also be generated right from your cell phone with a survey that we help set up for you. So we'll get all of the information that you need to generate a contract, all of the different variables and price points and different considerations that you want to be able to customize. We're going to make that so you can completely customize all of those fields, and then you'll be able to generate and send that right to the customer right from your cell phone. So, I mean, you could literally be at their house, put together the quote, generate the contract in their driveway, and the contract will show up in their email box within a couple seconds. They could actually open the contract and sign it and close up that piece of business right there for you on the spot. So you're just not leaving anything undone anymore. If you like what you see here, certainly reach out to us. You could shoot us a text on the website, email, drop us a line, any way you might see fit, or book an appointment to talk to us. We'd love to chat with you about your small business.